projects were just early on. We issued the notice of award, and we're just kind of executing contracts on those. So we're just kind of at the beginning of those two projects.
Questions on our parks or our construction projects? Another busy year. So we have a small in-house construction crew. They're finishing up some camping amenities at the Big Creek Parks and trails. So then they will be moving out to Welton's Gorge, assisting with the trails at that park. So we'll be excited to open a new park at Welton's Gorge later this winter. All right. No action there. Moving on to the next agenda item, the election of office of Vice President. According to the bylaws of the Board of Park Commissioners, the board will be comprised of the offices of President and Vice President. Currently, Howard Bates serves as our President. With the resignation of Jackie Vittori from the board, the office of Vice President is vacant. So I will entertain a motion for the office of Vice President from the floor.
I'll make a motion to elect Pat Preston Vice President.
Thank you, Howard. We have a motion. We get a second?
Second.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That was quick, Pat. The main role of Vice President is, should the President be absent, to help out with board meetings, so pretty simple position. So thank you. I'll go ahead and call the vote. Mr. Eyebold?
Yes.
Mr. Innocenzi?
Yes.
Mr. Dyerly?
Yes.
Mr. Bates?
Yes.
And Mr. Preston?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 1020, budget amendment 7, 8, 9, and 10. The following actions are being submitted for a revenue certification and supplemental appropriations for a land improvement for land purchase. This was a land purchase that was approved at the last board meeting to enter into a purchase and sale agreement with Western Reserve Land Conservancy for the Gallo property. So that's what that supplemental appropriation of $200,000 is. Need to certify funding for a federal grant we received from the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative in the amount of $72,000. We had a retirement, so you'll see moving some money around there in the general fund for a naturalist that is retiring. Tammy Gingrich, one of our longtime naturalists, is retiring. And then we would like to dedicate more funds to some contracts and move that money out of materials. So simply moving money around. So I will entertain a motion to approve those budget amendments, and then we can take questions. Can I have a motion, please?
Move approval.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions, any comments, or anything else that needs to be explained there?
I don't think so, unless there's a question.
Very good. There are no questions or no discussion. We'll go ahead and call the vote. Mr. Innocenzi?
Yes.
Mr. Dyerly?
Yes.
Mr. Eyebold?
Yes.
Mr. Bates?
Yes.
And Mr. Preston?
Yes.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is surplus property. Entertain a motion to dispose of those items listed there.
So moved.
Support. Thank you. Old computer monitor, old LaserJet printer, another computer monitor are being scrapped, and 6 office chairs with a starting bid of $10 is what is listed there. Questions on those items? Not, we'll call the vote. Mr. Bates?
Yes.
Mr. Preston?
Yes.
Mr. Dyerly?
Yes.
Mr. Eyebold?
Yes.
And Mr. Innocenzi?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is Commissioner's time. To introduce some staff to you. Come on in, Dennis. Come in a little bit. So, Dennis Sloan is the head of our Ranger Department. He is our Lieutenant Ranger. Thanks for being here, Dennis. Introduce Matt already. Gloria Frino is our Finance Manager. Paul, stand up for us. Paul here is our Park Biologist.
How you doing?
So, Paul does a lot of work with our grant funding, a number of other things. He works on management plans that lets our planning department know how we're going to develop a piece of property. So we're quite proud of Paul and all the work he does. He is a well-respected biologist in Northeast Ohio. So all the way in the back, wave to everyone, Sandy. Sandy is our marketing manager, marketing communications manager. Got Mike Rose there in the back, one of our rangers. that educate our county residents on the plants, animals, habitats of Geauga County. We have a recreational naturalist that oversees our high ropes course and a lot of our recreational programming. So John does a phenomenal job with his naturalist staff. So with that, I don't have anything else for commissioners' time. Do any of the commissioners? Definitely been interesting times we're living in with COVID, but our staff has risen to the challenge on how to creatively keep park programs in place and park services in place. I recently visited 2 other park systems in the state of Ohio, and I'm quite proud of ours because we have kept things open for business, kept our restrooms open, our trails, our naturalist programming. So we're definitely proud of Geauga Park District being able to stay open and serve our residents during this time. All right, with that, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session for the purchase of property.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bates,
Yes.
Mr. Preston,
Yes.
Mr. Dyerly,
Yes.
Mr. Ibold,
Yes.
and Mr. Innocenzi.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll be going into executive session, folks. Thank you.